on Iran, the Supreme Leader today said that U.S. attack could spark a regional war. Do you have any response to that, sir?
Why wouldn't he say that? Of course you're going to say that, but we have the biggest, most powerful ships in the world over there, very close, a couple of days, and hopefully we'll make a deal. If we don't make a deal, then we'll find out whether or not he was right.
For the past few weeks, the world is holding still for a possible major military escalation in the Middle East. U.S. President Donald Trump is touting the massive strength of the U.S. armed forces, threatening and at times saying it out loud that U.S. help to Iranian people is on its way. Iran's supreme leader has warned of a regional war if the U.S. strikes Tehran. However, it now seems U.S. is just not prepared for a war with Iran at this time, as it lacks critical weapons in the region to protect its troops. The United States is not yet ready to launch military strikes on Iran, according to a report by the Wall Street Journal, citing senior American officials. Despite a growing U.S. military presence in the Middle East, officials say Washington needs more air defense systems in place to counter any Iranian retaliation. Over the past few weeks, the U.S. has deployed what President Donald Trump called a massive and beautiful armada to the region. The buildup is led by the USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier, aimed at pressuring Tehran into accepting a new nuclear deal. But according to the report, American airstrikes are not imminent. U.S. officials say Washington wants to ensure Israel, Arab allies, and American forces across the region are fully protected before any action. The Pentagon is now moving additional THAAD and Patriot air defense systems to bases hosting U.S. troops in Jordan, Kuwait, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar. The concern follows last year's escalation, when U.S. and Israeli strikes on Iranian nuclear facilities triggered retaliation from Tehran. Iran responded by targeting Israel and striking the Al Udeid U.S. airbase in Qatar. Damage was limited after Iran gave advance warning to Washington. On Sunday, Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, warned that any new U.S. attack would spark a wider regional war. He said if the United States starts a war, this time it will be a regional war. President Trump later dismissed Khamenei's remarks, but left the door open to diplomacy. Hopefully we'll make a deal. If we don't, then we'll find out whether or not he was right, the U.S. president added. Iranian officials also struck a diplomatic tone. Ali Larijani, head of Iran's Supreme National Security Council, said progress is being made toward talks following meetings with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Moscow. Russia has urged restraint. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov warned that any forceful action could plunge the region into chaos with dangerous consequences. As diplomacy, deterrence, and military planning unfold in parallel, Washington appears to be buying time, preparing defenses, weighing risks, and keeping all options on the table.
The Iranian nation will not be swayed by such empty words. They are not afraid to confront what is right. We are not the ones who will initiate any conflict. We have no intention of oppressing anyone, and we do not wish to launch an attack against any country. However, should anyone harbor ill intentions or greed or attempt to initiate an assault or try to inflict harm, the Iranian nation will respond with a decisive and powerful blow.
Well, of course, Americans should also be fully aware of this fact, that if they dare to initiate a war this time around, this particular conflict will undoubtedly become a regional war.
A stark warning from Tehran. Iran's supreme leader says any war launched by the United States would not stop at Iran's borders, but explode into a regional conflict. Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has issued a sharp warning to the United States as he says any war initiated by Washington would spread across the region. Speaking on Sunday, Khamenei said America should understand that a future conflict would not be limited to Iran alone. Khamenei dismissed recent U.S. threats as nothing new, saying American officials have repeatedly spoken of military options in the past. He pointed to U.S. aircraft carriers and military deployments, often accompanied by claims that all options are on the table. The Iranian leader also took aim at U.S. President Donald Trump, saying Trump frequently boasts about deploying ships and forces. But Khamenei insisted such moves would not intimidate Iran. He said the Iranian people are not swayed by threats and will not be frightened by American military posturing. In the same remarks, Khamenei addressed recent unrest inside Iran, describing it as resembling a coup attempt. He claimed the unrest targeted key centers of governance, including police stations, government institutions, Revolutionary Guard sites, banks, and mosques. Khamenei alleged attackers even burned copies of the Quran, saying the goal was to destabilize the state. He added that the unrest had been suppressed and that Iran's institutions remain in control. The warning comes amid heightened tensions between Tehran and Washington, as the region watches closely to see whether threats remain rhetoric or tip toward confrontation.